So yesterday I did this video on this book review and I talked about what resilience really looks like, but at the same time the book that I was talking about wasn't talking about resilience, but it was talking about emotions generally. And a lot of people think that resilience means being brave or bouncing back, but I do think that emotional intelligence and being aware of your emotions is a really useful tool, and I talk more about that. The book that I reviewed yesterday talks more about that, so if you're keen, it's linked in the description to this video. But hi, I'm Susanna. I'm based in Aotearoa, New Zealand, in Auckland, Tamaki Makaurau, and I support the community by talking about sensory products, resources and services for those that might be neurodivergent or have sensory processing differences, and I talk about what works in my household and what might or might not be funded. And just following on from that, I was thinking about, I guess, one of the opposites of resilience that some people talk about is anxiety. And in the year leading up to our son's diagnosis, we knew something was up. We just didn't know exactly what. It now turns out that he has PDA, he's autistic, and ADHD. And one of the first things that started happening was this school refusal and picking him up early and constant sore stomachs. And a friend of mine recommended this book to me, Hey Warrior. And this is put out by Hey Sigmund Publishing. This is not a paid promotion. There's another really good book written by the same author, Karen Young, and illustrated by the same Norville Davidonite. Sorry if I've mispronounced that. And it's a really cool book. And I read it to our son, and he felt like really comforted and safe and listened to and heard. So I thought I'd show you it and tell you how it's been really helpful to us. Obviously, I got loaned this. I didn't have to buy it, so funding, I wouldn't think so, because there's not a lot out there for resources and things like this. So the book actually talks about the brain and the amygdala is like the character in the story, and it's the warrior of your brain. And it talks about that analogy of a smoke alarm, and it talks about how its job there is it sends out an alarm and its job is to keep you safe. But it can't always tell the difference between something that might hurt you and something that won't. It powers up your body with special body fuel, oxygen, hormones, adrenaline, and it's to make you strong and fast and powerful. I love that this is so factual and actually tells you the why behind things, which really appeals often to autistics and neurodivergent brains. The facts, the accuracy, the reason why behind the way the brain works and how the brain fits in with other things. Like the other book I talked about yesterday, this also talks about what your body might do. And it also talks about how you can respond, how you can list cool things about yourself and do breathing exercises. So again, really lovely, great resource for you.